The Fokker F28 Fellowship is a short-range jet airliner designed and built by Dutch aircraft manufacturer Fokker. Design and development, announced by Fokker in April 1962. Production was a collaboration between a number of European companies, namely Fokker MBB of West Germany, Fokker VFW, and Short Brothers of Northern Ireland. There was also government money invested in the project, with the Dutch government providing 50% of Fokker's stake and the West German government having 60% of the 35% German stake. Projected at first to transport 50 passengers to 1,650 kilometers, the plane was later designed to have 60 to 65 seats. On the design sheet, the F-28 was originally to mount Bristol Siddeley BS-75 turbofans, but the prototype flew with the lighter Rolls-Royce Spey Jr., a simplified version of the Rolls-Royce Spey. The F-28 was similar in design to the British Aircraft Corporation BAC-111 and Douglas DC-9, as it had 80 tail and engines mounted at the rear of the fuselage. The aircraft had wings with a slight crescent angle of sweep with ailerons at the tip, simple flaps, and 5-section lift pump only operated after landing to dump the lift. These were employed rather than reverse thrust, as the designers felt that doing so not only reduced weight, but maintenance also. Having no reverses also meant that on unpaved airstrips there was less chance of the engines ingesting debris. The leading edge was fixed and was anti-iced by bleed air from the engines. The tail cone could split and be hydraulically opened to the sides to act as a variable air brake, also used on the contemporaneous Blackburn Buccaneer. This design was also used on the HS-146, which became the BAE-146. The design is unique in that it not only slows the aircraft down rapidly, it can aid in rapid descents from economic cruising altitudes and also allowed the engines to be set at higher RPM, which helped eliminate lag time. This means the engines respond faster if needed for sudden speed increases or go-arounds on the approach to landing. The Fellowship had a retractable tricycle landing gear which used large, low-pressure tires, enabling the use of unpaved airstrips. Large wheel brakes also helped in shortening the landing run. In terms of responsibility for production, Fokker designed and built the nose section, center fuselage and inner wing. MBB, Fokker VFW constructed the forward fuselage, rear fuselage and tail assembly, and Shorts designed and built the outer wings. Final assembly of the Fokker F-28 was at Schiphol Airport in the Netherlands. Operational history. The F-28-1000 prototype registered PHJHG first flew on the 9th of May 1967, flown by Chief Test Pilot Jasmol, Test Pilot Abe van Ersgraaf and Flight Engineer CEE's Dick. German certification was achieved on the 24th of February 1969. The first order was from German airline LTU, but the first revenue-earning flight was by Brabants on the 28th of March 1969. The F-28 with an extended fuselage was named F-28-2000 and could seat up to 79 passengers instead of the 65 seats on the F-28-1000. The prototype for this model was a converted F-28-1000 prototype, and first flew on the 28th of April 1971. The models F-28-6000 and F-28-5000 were modified F-28-2000 and F-28-1000 respectively, with slats, greater wingspan, and more powerful and quieter engines as the main features. The F-28-6000 and F-28-5000 were not a commercial success. Only two F-28-6000 F28-6000 and no F28-5000 were built. After being used by Fokker for a time, the F28-6000 were sold to Air Mauritanie, but not before they were converted to F28-2000s. The most successful F-28 was the F-28-4000, which debuted on the 20th of October 1976 with one of the world's largest Fokker operators, Lingeflyg. This version was powered by quad-to-spay 555-15H engines, and had an increased seating capacity, a larger wingspan with reinforced wings, a new cockpit and a new wide-look interior featuring enclosed overhead lockers and a less tubular look. The F-28-3000, the successor to the F-28-1000, featured the same improvements as the F-28-4000. F-28s Avanza Transport Industries Western Australian Intrastate Airline, Macrobits in Miller Airlines of Western Australia, flew the longest non-stop F-28 route in the world, from Perth to Kununurra in Western Australia, a distance of about 2,240 kilometers. This was also the world's longest twin-jet route at the time. MMA F-28s also had the highest utilization rates at the time, flying over 8 hours per day. By the time production ended in 1987, 241 airframes had been built. Variants. Data from F. First variant derived from the third prototype with a maximum capacity of 65 passengers in a high-density configuration. The Mk1000 had a length of 27.40 meters. It was powered by two Rolls-Royce RB183 to two Mk 555-15 each with 43.8 kilonewtons of thrust. Maximum weight at takeoff was 28,123 kilograms. F.28 Mk1000C all-cargo passenger cargo version derived from Mk1000 with a port-side cargo door. It first flew on the 28th of April 1971, being certified on the 30th of August 1972. This variant had a fuselage 2.21 meters longer than the Mk1000, with a passenger capacity of 79 in high-density single-class configuration. It began revenue service with Nigeria Airways in October 1972. 10 were built. With a shorter fuselage of Mk1000, it was one of the more successful variants, with greater structural strength and increased fuel capacity. It began revenue service with Garuda Indonesia. The first prototype appeared on the 20th of October 1976 and had the longer fuselage of the Mk2000 with a passenger capacity of 85. Wingspan was increased by 1.57 meters and more powerful Rolls-Royce RB183 Mk 555-15 of 44 kilonewtons thrust. It began service with Lingeflyg at the end of 1976. Derived from the Mk6000, was to combine the shorter fuselage of the Mk3000 and an increased wingspan. Slats were to be added to the wings and more powerful Rolls-Royce RB183 Mk 555-15H engines were to be used. Although expected to be an excellent plane to operate in short runways due to its superior power, it was finally not built and the project was abandoned. It first flew on the 27th of September 1973 and had the longer fuselage of the Mk2000 and 4000s with an increased wingspan and the slats. It was certified in October 1975. Proposed version. Not built. Proposed 50-seat American version assembled by Fairchild Hiller with Rolls-Royce RB203 Trent engines. Operators. In August 2006, a total of 92 Fokker F28 aircraft remained in airline service. Major operators included Macrobertson Miller Airlines, Ansett Group Australia, Etihad, Aquarius Aviation, Skylink Arabia, Satana, Qatari Air Service, Blade, Aquarius Aviation and Merpati Nusantara Airlines. Biman Bangladesh Airlines. Some 22 airlines operated smaller numbers of the type. As of September 2015, F-28s are operated by only 2 commercial airlines. They are Air Leasing Cameroon 3, FlySax 1. Military operators Algerian Air Force delivered in 1979. Argentina Argentine Air Force, Argentine Navy Argentine Naval Aviation. Presidential Squadron, Colombia Colombian Air Force, Ghana Ghana Air Force, Malaysia Malaysian Air Force, Peru Peruvian Air Force, Philippines Philippine Air Force, Tanzania Tanzania Government Flight Agency. Togo Accidents and Incidents. The following is a list of Fokker F28 accidents and incidents. Rathan Safe Flight 239, the 23rd of December 1972. 40 fatalities. First fatal crash with the Fokker Fellowship. Turkish Airlines, the 26th of January 1974, 66 fatalities. The aircraft crashed down 100 meters away from the airfield during takeoff. Garuda Indonesia Airways Flight 150 to 24 September 1975 near Palembang, Indonesia, 26 fatalities. Crashed on approach in fog, killing 25 people out of 61 passengers and crew. 1 person was killed on the ground. Garuda Indonesia Airways, the 11th of July 1979. 61 fatalities. Crashed into Mount Sibayak while on approach to Polonia International Airport. There was bad weather at the time of the crash. NLM City Hopper Flight 431, the 6th of October 1981. 17 fatalities. The aircraft flew into a tornado which broke off one of the wings. Garuda Indonesia Domestic Flight the 20th of March 1982. Runway overrun at Tanjung Karong Branti Airport in bad weather. 27 fatalities. Air Ontario Flight 1363 the 10th of March 1989 to 24 fatalities. Due to various factors including snow, ice and lack of use of anti-icing measures, US Air Flight 405 the 22nd of March 1992 to 27 fatalities. Due to ice build-up on the wings, pilot error and improper de-icing procedures at LaGuardia Airport. Merpati Nusantara Airlines, Fokker F28 MK3000 registered GKGFU to 1 June 1993. Domestic Flight 41 fatalities. Controlled flight into terrain. The aircraft crashed onto a rocky beach. On bad weather landing procedures at Jeffman Airport. Iran Semen Airlines Flight 746 the 12th of October 1994 to 66 fatalities. Air Mauritania Flight 625 the 1st of July 1994. All 4 crew and 76 of the 89 passengers on board were killed when the plane crashed at Djibouti Airport. Tanz Peru Flight 222 to the 9th of January 2003. None of the 46 passengers aboard the Fokker F28 survived after the aircraft hit a mountain near Chachapoyas, Peru. Specifications.